AB, spin that shit. Let's go.
It's the move. Big Sconey on the groove. New topics every day. What's the news? And we never lose. What's the word gonna choose? And you know we going up. Don't get confused. Baby, it's the move. It's the move.
So tell us about the moment, if you can remember, when the streets grabs you.
Let me make sure I say it without incriminating anybody or myself. So, by being in those buildings and watching, I guess we could say the drug dealers, the people who quote unquote had bread, anything like that. Like, if you grew up, because I had a father, but my father wasn't really around. So the streets was my dad. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I idolized the Cadillacs, the guys who had the slick suits and, looking like they had money, they had the women, things of that nature. As a kid, you looking like, man, Mr. James getting it. You feel what I'm saying? Like he doing his thing. So growing up, you saying, I want what Mr. James got, because Mr. James don't look like he eating choke sandwiches or waiting on the food stamps to come. Mr. James is the ones giving all the kids $5 and $10. I want to be that. You feel what I'm saying? So we grew up glorifying hood people, you know what I'm saying? Pimps, players, hustlers, dope dealers, things of that nature. Those were the people we grew up glorifying, you know what I'm saying? So that's when the streets grabbed me. I'm looking at these cats saying, I ain't finna starve, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they doing to get what they getting, I need to make them moves as well. So when I get older, people like, what you want to be when you get older? I wasn't saying no policeman and no fireman, no thing like that. I want to be Mr. Jones or Mr. James or Taco or Woo Woo, you know what I'm saying? Those type of people. So teachers used to be like, what you want to be when you grow up? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, because what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing when you look, I don't want to be no police officer because I'm watching them beat up people every day. I don't want to be no fireman because I'm watching them running people's houses. I don't want to be running up in no building that's burning. Like, that's crazy. So, and then doctors and lawyers was so far off the list. Like, I don't know no doctors other than the ones I go when my mama take me to I got a headache or my back hurting or my body hurting. And lawyers is the only reason I know lawyers is because they defending my uncles or they defending the guys in the hood. I don't want to be them either. You know what I'm saying? So when people be talking about, what did you want to be when you grew up? Me personally, for myself, I was clueless. Like, I never thought that music, DJing, production would be the thing that I would be into. Like, you could have never told me in a million years that everything that I'm doing, traveling and things of that nature, would come from music. Because when I was in high school, me and my music teacher didn't even get along. Like, I got kicked out of the music class every week. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think she's still living. I remember going back to a class reunion and her saying, you do music? And I was like, yeah, ain't it crazy? She was like, and I kicked you out my class every week for clowning and playing. Because I used to always say, I don't need to learn how to play no piano. Like, you got to think of where I'm growing up at. Like, what is a piano going to do for me? You know what I'm saying? So, or a guitar or a flute or something. I'm not finna, I don't what I need to play an instrument for. You know what I'm saying? So when you growing up like that, a kid like that in a neighborhood like that, and all you seeing is poverty and things of that nature, you ain't thinking about no damn piano or no damn xylophone. Like, we used to look at the xylophones like, man, what we gonna win? Well, how is this gonna get me out the hood? You feel what I'm saying? But if I'd have knew then what I know now, I'd have took, like, the stuff that I end up having to pay for later on in life, like music classes and piano lessons and things like that, I had it for free for 4 years in school and didn't take advantage of band, all that. I didn't take advantage of none of that. I don't want to be in band or ROTC. I don't want to be in none of that. You know what I'm saying? On a regular gym, wear gym shoes, play ball, I might end up, playing, going to the league or something like that. But it's just that's the difference for me when it comes to like school and me seeing then compared to now. Like, the stuff that we idolized back then. It's crazy, but it also built me manhood wise. Like, a lot of these guys had respect in the neighborhoods. It made me tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ended up, instead of really being in the gymnastics, I went into boxing. So, it made discipline. That's what it gave me. Discipline, going and doing all the different activities. And that's why I fight for that stuff. Like right now, the stuff they took out of school, things that saved me and kept me on the right path was activities. I tell these people all the time, I was telling some of the mayor's people recently, like, y'all know the reason that the stuff that's happening in the city is happening. These kids don't got nothing to do. Like, when I'm bored and ain't got nowhere to go and ain't got nothing to do, whatever activity is happening at that time, be it shooting, killing, fighting, whatever it is, that's, that's what they interested in. That's what's going on. So, for me, I'm really, it's a blessing and a curse the way I grew up. It's a blessing because I got to see things built a certain way and then being able to be fortunate enough to get away from it. And then it's a curse because mentally, I can say, PTSD? Like, a lot of people won't say it, but a lot of us that grew up in them projects got PTSD, bro. Like, we seen stuff in childhood and dealt with people. It's just so much craziness going on and we immune to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll hear, for example, me and some of my homies, we may hear gunshots. The average person, when you hear gunshots, you're supposed to hit the deck and get out the way. We so used to gunshots and violence that we'll hear it and be trying to figure out what direction it's coming in first, and then, or we react, especially if we got firearms on us. It's ta-ta, you reaching for yours. That's armies, and that's not normal at all. It's not normal when people start shooting, you start reaching. The average human being is supposed to safety, get out the way, don't get shot. Not us. You know what I'm saying? Not the people that grew up in them neighborhoods. It's one of those, oh, that's coming from down there. That ain't for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't ducked, or we'll get behind the car, but we still trying to look and see what's going on. The average human being is supposed to get to safety and get out the way. And anybody who grew up in them neighborhoods know what I'm talking about. Like, we don't get to safety. That's how a lot of people be getting shot, because we trying to see where it's coming from. You accidentally get hit. That's why they be getting hit by the strays, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't hit the deck, you know what I'm saying? Like, so PTSD, like, a lot of people don't know. Everybody that grew up in them neighborhoods or just still in them neighborhoods, like, that's why they calling all the young guys terrorists right now.
It's the move.